Hi, everyone. This is Peggy Rometo, and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, guys, I'm sorry I had to do just the audio this week. I'm in New York, and I don't have great video reception here, so hope you'll just hang in there with me. But we can go ahead. As we know, energy is everything that all we have to do is just focus on it. So I hope that you can just focus on my voice, close your eyes if you need to help just bring that focus inward, go into the heart, and then we're going to take those 3 long, deep breaths, each time letting go of everything that we think we know for the week so that we can open up and see what's really coming in so that we can have and be our best self possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and take those 3 breaths together, and then I'll open up and see what information is there. Okay, first letting go with the cleansing breath. And then 3 long, deep breaths. So go ahead and go into the heart. And then just do the 3 breaths. Okay, guys, right away, I just noticed just this expansive, quiet, calm energy, just peaceful, I want to say, and a sense of self, and really being able to dial into whatever it is that we need, the direction and the support that we need. If we need propped up in our life, if we need support systems, if we need friends, if we need business partners, if we alliances, if we need money, if we need food. I just see it being supported, like the universe providing for us. And it's almost like, going into a good restaurant and you go to sit down and right away, before you even get to the table, they're, pulling out your chair and putting a napkin across your lap and handing you, a drink menu and, just a lot of attention to you. So I just feel like whatever it is that you need, the universe wants to serve us this week. It really wants to give us, whatever it is our heart desires. So I do want to note that there's a new moon that happens to be an eclipse. And so this eclipse that's happening Tuesday night really is powerful and can project us in the direction of our dreams. And of course, eclipses signify endings and new beginnings. And some of you may have already felt that in the weeks leading up to this. And for some of you, you may not feel it for the next couple of months. But they usually mark sudden endings and new beginnings. So just be aware if there's something that you should be winding down or something that you've been, the universe has nudged you and said, hey, you need to do this. You need to move, or you need to end the relationship, or you need to find a new job, and you haven't quite done it yet. Don't be surprised if suddenly one day you wake up and, you're fired, or you wake up and you just feel like, I can't go on anymore. I have to end this. Or you wake up and you go, wow, today's a new day and I'm selling and this is where I'm going. So it's a quick shift. And it doesn't mean it's going to happen this week, but there's an awareness of this energy that can catapult us. And so if you're open to that vibration, if you're open to that awareness, it'll be easier for you to see where in your life that you're hanging on to, or that you're being asked to move forward, or where the possibilities are in which you can freely step into what's next for yourself, right? And this week, as I was saying, there's a lot of support for you, a lot of emotional support and even physical support for things that we need, down to money, down to needing money, down to needing loans, down to needing support groups or support systems or friendships, even just for your health or for the people in your life that you love. So it's just really whatever it is you need, it's right there within your arm's reach, right? So I want you just to pay attention to that. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. There's also an excitement about something that's new, something that's coming, that's really you've been waiting for a long time. Some of you may get phone calls out of the blue about what's next, or an opportunity may show up that is just like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, and I'm so about it. So there could be happy surprises in store for us this week, along with that sense of security that, we can handle it, or we're up for it, or it's an opportunity that you've really wanted for a long time, and it's finally coming in. Now, for some of you, this can create a headache, right? It can oh, my God, this is such a great opportunity, but it's happening at the same time as X, Y, Z. Or if I accept this opportunity, that means that I'm going to have to live apart from my partner for a while. Or it means we're going to have to do ABC and move the kids. Or it means that my parents are going to have to come live with us. All these different big adjustments, these life adjustments of beginnings and endings, right? So just know that these opportunities that show up this week, they can be big and they can be life-changing. And you want to make sure that you're really looking and discerning, is this what I want, right? Because it's that old saying, be careful what you ask for, and then it shows up as like, wait, I didn't quite know that it was going to look like this. So this is one of those weeks where there's a lot of opportunities that can show up for us. They can be sudden, they can be impactful, and they can be long-lasting. So just be aware of that and just be excited about it, right? Because it is certainly possible. All right, so let's see what else is in store for us that we need to be aware of this week. Okay, so patience is needed also because, when there's a lot of change or potential change, we can get irritated, we can become anxious, we can become nervous because some of us can worry, or we start to shift to what if, or we become to feel overwhelmed with all the details of how we're supposed to make that happen. And even if it is something that we're daydreaming about and we're trying to create it, it can create anxiety in us if we allow that to happen because we want something so bad. So all there is to do if you're in that space is to let go and just to honor where you're at and to put the intention and to allow it to come to you and not to have to wrestle with it or fight with it, but to really, really put the prayer out there, the heart prayer. If it's mine, it'll come back around. Or if it's meant to be mine, it'll show up. And it gives us a way to create without being attached. And that's really important, right? When we can create a vision for ourselves without the attachment of it happening, it allows us to really receive what is ours and not be afraid that if it lets go, and it doesn't come to us, then we really know, well, it's okay because that wasn't mine and mine is still coming. And that could be anywhere in our life, whether it's a health situation or a life partnership or a new career or even having a baby or buying a home, buying a new car. These are all things in which suddenly, we want something and then it doesn't happen. Or vice versa. It's just showing up and boom, there it is. And it's like, wow, I wanted to buy a house, but I didn't know I didn't know that I could do it this week. It's that kind of stuff. All right. So just pay attention. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else in store for us. You just want to also be aware of communication and be aware of miscommunication, especially towards the end of the week. You don't want to, jump in too quickly. You want to double and triple check conversations and make sure that what you heard is exactly what you heard and not what maybe you thought you wanted to hear. So it's a process in allowing yourself to slow down and then just double check and triple check information so that it is in alignment with what it is you're asking for. Okay, and anything else here? Well, there's the obvious, which is here in the U.S. we celebrate our independence on July 4th, and that's always a time for friends and family to get together, and it's always a more relaxed work week, and so there's, of course, obviously lots of opportunity to be connecting with friends and family, and so just be willing to go in the flow, be willing to let go of how you think it's supposed to look. This is also a time when there can be traffic challenges or emotional challenges or, things don't look how we anticipated them to look, that sort of thing. So if you can just be more in the flow, you're going to find that it's going to be easier for you to get what you want, and you'll be less reactive, and you're just going to have more fun overall. Also, just big gifts coming in towards the end of the week. And some of these things can be opportunities that you set in motion, 6 months ago, and now they're finally coming in. Now you may be getting that phone call, or now you may be getting the green light. So just anticipate some opportunities showing up at the end of this week and early part of next week of green lights for projects that maybe you put into motion, 5 or 6 months ago that are finally now being moved along in the process. And for some of you, that can be like immediate. Reminds me of a gas stove, where soon you turn it on and poof, all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's just on fire. So it is definitely can be one of those moments where suddenly you have to be there yesterday, like that kind of energy. So just go ahead and be aware that kind of energy could show up towards the end of the week and the first part of next week. All right, you guys. Well, have a wonderful holiday weekend coming up this next week, or I should say week, right? Because with the 4th of July being in the middle of the week, a lot of people are taking time off before and time after. So there will be, kind of like that, I want to say a little more casual energy around the work week. It doesn't feel as intense, but at the same time, it feels really wide and open. So you could get also a lot done independently, like for yourself. There's still some collaboration available for you this week if you have patience. So, and it also feels, as I'm coming back around to the beginning, which was just be at peace, right? Just really enjoy the peace and the energy that comes in this week. And it feels like it's just elongating, right? Like it extends into the whole week, this tranquility. And just want to ride that energy of tranquility, of trusting yourself, of knowing. And when you approach life like that, especially in a week like this, you can really see what next step is needed, whether this is a yes, whether this is a no, whether it's a maybe, right? And you can really take your time with making decisions. And when you slow down, it doesn't mean that you have to put off the answer for a week or two. It means you don't have to rush in that moment, that maybe you'll just sleep on it and you'll get the answer tomorrow. Or it could be just slowing down that immediately the answer comes in. So just play with it a little bit, notice it, but there's a lot of clear energy here, opportunity, and a projection of what's next for you. For a lot of you are going to show up this week, and with sudden changes and sudden opportunities, especially towards the end of the week. I like that energy a lot. All right, you guys, have a terrific 4th of July. Celebrate it with your friends and your family, and take care of yourself. We're wishing you guys all the best, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week. Have a great week, everybody.